Louise Quinn, 100 caps. How does that sound?
Yeah, it sounds nice. It's something that I'm really gonna enjoy to hopefully add to my kind of tally of achievements. But it's not something that you aim for. It's kind of more just a hope, and the closer you get to it, you hope you kind of get to that nice round figure of 100.
The 2nd of February 2008, John Hoyland Park. You get called off the bench for the last minute.
Yeah.
Do you remember much about it?
Yeah, I came on for Niamh Fahey, for, as you're saying, for about 2 minutes against Poland. I think, and I may have gone on at centre back, but I may have gone on as centre mid, and was just thrown around the park. I think I did one header potentially. I think I touched the ball once, if even. But it was still, but the moment, the going into the dressing room, with the team, I really remember Ciara Grant, being there, big Ciara Grant, and not having a clue where to sit, not having a clue where to go, and then kind of, just getting the opportunity to come on, and even if it is just for that minute or 2 minutes, it's still really special and something that it sticks around. It's not gonna leave my memory for a long time.
Do you remember the build up to it? Do you remember when you got the call up, that excitement, knowing that you were going to be part of the matchday squad?
I think it was potentially my coach who then got in touch with me. I would have known Noel King at the time as well, who was under 17s coach. So again, he always showed, he showed a real interest in me in terms of just hopefully wanting to progress and play and play at the highest level. He put a lot of belief in me at under 17 and to then kind of put belief in me at that underage, just to let me experience that level of football with absolute legends. And it was something that just kick-started my career and my even more love and want to succeed at international level.
The nervousness that you had when you came in, and you mentioned coming into the dressing room, have you been conscious through your career of other girls experiencing that, and have you done anything to help them with that?
I think it's something where that kind of fear is good, but you want to have to find your place. As I'm saying, I didn't know where to sit. I think I stood up for a while and was just waiting for maybe a little space to appear. I'm unsure. But I just think when the younger girls come in, I just think it is just having a friendly face, someone who can guide them through little moments of even just, a little bit of direction, the correct socks to wear, make sure, you're all ready to go, you have your jersey ready, to get out, and to also just enjoy the experience, as long as it may be, if it's 1 minute, if it's 90 minutes, if it's one cap, if it's 100 caps, that every moment is as special as it gets, really. And that kind of, it doesn't leave you. Each international game is, I put my heart and soul into it. I tried to do that as much as I could. So I want, obviously, the younger girls coming up to have that same appreciation, and the group that we have, I think they really do.
The gap between your first cap and your second cap was actually a year.
Yeah.
Were you kind of wondering, did I do something wrong here?
Yeah, I was worried. Yeah, I was worried. Just thinking, I was still obviously quite young. I'd maybe a lot of fitness issues as well, or just lack of experience. And we had really, really strong players in those positions at centre back. Yvonne Tracy and the likes, and Ciara Grant was also in there as well. So to kind of, want to have to put yourself up against them, it just wasn't the right time for me. That's obviously what the coaches felt and thought, and I had to respect that. But I think it drove me on to want to be there, and I kind of based my career around that, my club career, how I want to approach things, going professional. It was to be a starter for the Irish national team, and that's then how I kind of base a lot of my determination and hope to go forward in my football career.
The Algarve Cup in 2012, you get your first goal. against Portugal. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it was my head, believe it or not. Yeah, a corner. And I think it was, yeah, we'd gone 1-0 down, and I remember kind of I felt part of the issue for the goal. You know, I feel as a centre-back, you always think that you could have stopped it, you could have prevented it, but I think I maybe made a little bit of a mistake leading up to it. So to then kind of go on, guess, I think I'd missed the header just before as well. It was almost identical. Same ball in, just saved by the keeper, and then I got another opportunity, and it was almost of like pure joy, but then also that kind of relief. I've maybe made a mistake at the back, but now going forward I can even up a game and help us get back on track. And again, that was to kind of celebrate that. Was really, really special. There was no celebration. I didn't go running off or anything like that. I think it was just a good fist pump, and then running back to my place to make sure then that hopefully concede no more goals.
Have you collected stuff? Have you collected jerseys or pennants or photographs or whatever?
Yeah, I'd have a lot of pennants, a lot of pens, a lot of pins, a few jerseys. It's something with jerseys, obviously, with some countries you might try switch if there's someone who you know off the other team as well. But I do really enjoy keeping my jerseys, and obviously up until recently, you just got the one jersey, and I love keeping those memories and then kind of giving them to family and friends, so that's, I know that they're going to a special home, and if I want it back, I know where to get it. I write all it down, who I give them to.
I'm sure it's quite easy to answer what the highlights are, very recent, obviously, amongst them. So a lot of lows and near misses throughout those 99 caps so far. Do they make the highs even more sweeter?
Yeah, it builds you. It's character building. It builds a team. It helps you develop as a person. It makes you realise maybe what you want, what's really important in life as well. Because still at the end of the day, it's the thing I love most. But it is also still just football, and we love football. We love to have a kick around, have fun, and that's kind of the way now that thankfully I can look at it. I still have a complete, competitive edge, always want to win. But when these hard times happen, I feel like now it's not worth having that fear, not worth having that sort of pain that actually then maybe makes you not enjoy playing the game or not want to go training or not want to do that. It's not worth it for me. So I think now, especially coming into every Irish camp, it's been a constant in my life since I've been 14 playing for the Irish team. You move clubs, you move countries, you do everything, but the most consistent thing in my life has been the Irish team, and I think that's something that I cherish and have worked very hard to try keep, and that I've kind of based a lot of my movements around to make sure that I'm playing for my country, because I just love every second of it, really.
Part of that is the competitive edge that you've spoken about, representing your country as an athlete and as a footballer. Is there other elements that you've thought about through the years in terms of representing your country and what that means as a female athlete, as someone from Wicklow, as someone from Peamount previously and the other clubs? Like, does that come into it? Like, do you think about your family, your friends, the journey you've come through?
Yeah, absolutely. You always want your family and friends to be proud, your old club, to be proud, and then for younger generations, younger kids, to show that listen, there's this 6 foot tall girl who's just from down the road in Blessington playing for Peamount and who can play for Ireland. It's a constant way that you always just want to bring them, joy in that way, because as I said, you change clubs, sometimes you change the crest you play with, but we don't. And it's something then that, is just that real positive constant, in your life to wear the green jersey. And yeah, something that everyone can relate to. There's rivalries in so many in other ways if you support different teams, but again, we come together as one and represent your country. And yeah, so it's, for me, I've just always wanted to do my best for them, and they've just been the most supportive people constantly. And every, you know, it's just really simple. Anytime, you know, my mum always just says, she's just like, are you enjoying yourself? Are you having fun? Like, and that's it. She's, as long as I'm kind of doing that and enjoying my football, she's as happy and proud. And yeah, you know, she's definitely the number one fan. Comes with analysis after each game, no matter what. And she can be harsh sometimes. She doesn't hold back, but her footballing goes perfect now. She's really nailed it. And same with Dad as well. He comes with memories of his own sporting career and what he used to do back in the 70s and 80s to get him, you know, switched on for a match for Blessington or Wicklow in Gaelic football. And he'd still be doing that now, even, you know, still playing at the highest level, going to the World Cup. He'll still be giving me that advice, and it always just settles me, and it knows that, you know, he's always looking out for me as well, just that I'm doing my best.
And the highs?
Yeah, it's yeah, difficult to say all of the highs. You know, of the recent memories, of course, qualifying for the World Cup, but each and every game, especially just in this campaign, has been the biggest game of our careers, and we've thankfully made so many highs out of all those games. You know, so that's kind of something that will stick with me forever. The kind of the team spirit, how we've fought through so many games, really difficult games, tough opponents, how we're, you know, yeah, always known as a very good defensive team, but now it's really showing, you know, not conceding goals, but now we can go on and attack and score goals. Yeah, highs as well. 2017 again, showing that we'll stick together no matter what. You know, getting to play with the likes of Olivia O'Toole, Yvonne Tracy, you know, who taught me so much as to how to be a centre back. You know, the constant talking. I think without her I probably wouldn't be talking as much as I do now on the pitch. To have Emma Byrne behind you, to play along Niamh Fahey for so long, Ciara Grant, the list goes on. Fiona O'Sullivan, great friend and role model for me. Yeah, it's so high, and even when there's been losses in there, I think again still the opportunity to represent your country for so many years. It's never been a sad moment for me, really. It's always, you have to fight and you have to battle, but it's always just been great and positive times, really.